So Gladiator 2 comes out next week, and as a Ridley Scott fan, I'm pretty excited for this. I mean, what can I say? It's Ridley, and it looks awesome, and I've heard really really good things. I mean, the reviews so far have been great, but yeah, I figured this week it'd be a good time to go ahead and talk about the original. Let's talk about Gladiator. Now I can sit here and wax poetic about all kinds of things about Gladiator. It's a great movie. It's a great score. It's great acting. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. It's got the romance. It's got the action. It's got intrigue. I mean, it's a movie that's just got it all. I do want to talk about the actors first, and usually everybody talks about Russell Crowe. They talk about Joaquin Phoenix, and they're great, and they are. But man, the supporting roles are amazing. You've got Derek Jacobi. There's so much gravitas behind what he says and the way that he acts in this movie. I think he's great. He's one of those actors that's been around for many 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 years. He's actually done some audiobooks for some Tolkien books, which are I kind of want to listen to those just because he's awesome. But yeah, he is so great here. He's one of those that just, man, you're just like, man, you can't get any better. And then you've got Richard Harris, who's great as Marcus Aurelius. I mean, it's like in this era, this time period, the early 2000s, I mean, Richard Harris kind of had an upswing in his career. He had Count of Monte Cristo. He had Gladiator. Of course, he had Dumbledore in the first two Harry Potter movies before he sadly passed away. But man, he's just got everything that you need from an aging king. It's the perfect casting. I don't think there's anybody better. I don't think that you could have done better at that time period. There's no one you could have gotten that would have done the same. It wouldn't have had the same effect. And then you've got Oliver Reed as Proximo. And man, I've never seen him before. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie with him other than Gladiator. But he's got everything. He's got everything in this role, and it's perfect. It's perfect casting. He's got the humor, this almost dangerous side to him, but he's also got honor, and that's just it's just a great role. Now, unfortunately, he passed away 3 weeks before production ended, and there were still some scenes left for Proximo, to wrap up his story, and they had to kind of work around it, kind of like The Crow, where they had to use some existing footage and sort of redo the ending to fit, what they had. But it actually ended up pretty good. I didn't know that he wasn't available for those final scenes until way later. And then once you see that, oh yeah, he's kind of been superimposed here and there, it's kind of obvious, but it was still really cool and really well done. Jaimin Hansu is another one. This is the first movie I saw him in. Of course, he was in Amistad, burst onto the scene. I think this is the movie that really made everyone look and go, okay, this guy has a lot of talent. Now, I mean, unfortunately, I haven't seen him in a whole lot, but supporting roles. But man, he's got everything that you need from that character. He's so much fun to watch, and yeah, he was great. Connie Nielsen deserves so much credit for this performance because there's so many layers to her character. She's when the movie starts, you kind of get the idea that she's this, kind of, oh, whatever, and she's just she just doesn't care. But then as the layers get peeled back and as the drama starts to unfold in her family, the way that things play out, yeah, you get to see all those layers stripped away, and you see this really, really powerful person and what she has to deal with, and all the games that she's playing with so many different people, and then and of course with Commodus, right? Her crazy brother. She's trying to make sure that he's happy as much as she can make him happy without going all the way. And yeah, there's some very dangerous, like, scary things that happen to her in this movie, and she's got to deal with it. And I think she does a fantastic job. And then you've got Joaquin Phoenix as Commodus, and look, it's not easy to play a part like this, right? It's not easy to be this hated, and to make it so layered because there's still a lot of layers to it. There's, there's this feeling of inadequacy, but he's got to project strength, and then he's got to think on the fly and try to figure out what he's going to do and all this. And he's really not a character that anyone, I think, can get behind. Like, you see exactly why things played out the way he did, and why he did what he did, and this sort of downward spiral that he finds himself in. But it is so much fun to watch. It's a great performance, and I think it was the first role that Joaquin Phoenix really kind of came onto the stage and said, "Hey, I'm a real actor, and I can do some really great stuff." And then, of course, you've got Russell Crowe. And I feel like, he was nominated for Best Actor the previous year for The Insider. But I feel like this is the movie that put him on the stage where everybody goes, this is one of the best actors in the world. Now, I still feel like his nomination the following year for A Beautiful Mind was, to me, an even better performance than Gladiator. But then I watched Gladiator again last night, and I got to say, there are so many things that he does in this movie that are so subtle, and it's really beautifully done. And especially, like, I've seen this movie many times. I don't know how many times I've seen it. I have seen it quite a few times. The ending, his performance at the end, it destroys me. It really does. It's just it's so well done. It's so well done, and I have to give him credit. Full credit where credit's due. He does it to me every time. At the end of Gladiator, I mean, what a performance. Now, when it comes to Ridley, we've talked about it many, many times. I'm almost tired of saying it, but when it comes to the technical side of things, there's almost nobody in the business better than creating a world. I think Ridley does it. He does it so well, and it almost feels easy, but it's not. He's got this wonderful team behind him. Again, set design, costume design, production design, everything comes into play perfectly. Like, everything works and nothing is out of place. It just feels like you're there. And the only thing that I would say kind of is a step down at points in the movie are the visual effects. But this is the year 2000 when this movie came out. It's hard to get really, really good visual effects in 2000, especially on the level that he did. But here's the thing. There are still amazing things that they were able to do visually that are absolutely visual effects. So even though, like, for example, there are shots when they first get into Rome and you see the Colosseum and stuff like that. It's clearly digital. It's clearly aged poorly. They're not the best looking shots, but still, the world building and everything, it works together so well. And all the tricks that they did, they had to build part of the Colosseum to be able to, have people in the stands and all that kind of stuff. And the way that they shot things to make it look like the thing was huge and it was there. And that one shot when they enter the Colosseum and the camera spins around them, it's amazing what they were able to pull off. It really is. It's funny, even Roger Ebert basically mentions in his review that the visual effects are lacking, and yet it did win best visual effects at the Oscars. Now, I was like, I don't understand. Like, it's not. I mean, it's great. There are many shots, like I've said, amazing, but it was up against Hollow Man and The Perfect Storm. There were only 3 movies nominated for best visual effects that year, and of those 3, yeah, Gladiator is by far the best one. I hadn't seen Gladiator in a while, so watching it again, one of the things that really stuck out to me was how it moves, especially like the extended version, which is like almost 3 hours. It flies by. It just really has a great pace, and that's really, really impressive. Especially, like I said, it's even 17 minutes longer, the extended version, 17 minutes longer than the theatrical, and it just flies. It moves so well. Now, I still don't know if the movie deserved to be Best Picture, okay? Because Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was there. There were some other movies, but I think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon may have been the Best Picture of that year. but I can't take away from it. I mean, it won, it was nominated for 12 Academy Awards, and it won 5. Okay, so best actor, best picture, best costume design, best sound, and as we said, best visual effects. But here's the thing, it infected America, right? And people loved this movie. And the thing that it was nominated for and it didn't win, I think is the reason why people were so affected by this movie. And that is the score. Hans Zimmer's score is perfect. It is so, so well done and actually works in tandem with all those scenes to elevate what you're seeing to the point where, like I said, at the end, there's just, man, tears, like tears. It's so well done. I don't get why you can win best picture and not best director. I just can't see that. Ridley was at the helm. He turned in the best picture. I just can't see it. I can't see Steven Soderbergh winning for Traffic, a movie that, I mean, look, I think I saw it, but nobody talks about Traffic anymore. I'm sorry, but they don't. Ridley Scott deserved to win. And it oh man, it irritates me. It irritates me when I see that split, between best director and best picture. It's like, how do you get the best picture if you don't have a good director? I just don't get it. Now I want to talk about a few shots that I love. And they're Ridley kind of shots. They're shots that just, man, I just love them. One is very simple. And here we go. Here's what it looks like. Yeah, pretty quick. But man, there's something about it. It's that for me, I don't know if anybody else has this building of excitement, right? And there are certain movies that do it. Some Spielberg movies have done it. One of my favorite ones was in The Dark Knight with the Joker and the slaughter is the best medicine. Dude, that whole sequence is just, it gets better and better and better. And it's just to where you're almost out of your seat. Like, you're so freaking excited. It's so good, right? To me, Gladiator has that with this shot, and it's simple. But man, if you watch that scene, it's building and building and building, and then all of a sudden he's throwing that. Oh man, God, I love that. I love that shot. It's one of my favorite shots in the movie. Another one is a very simple one, and it's basically after Russell Crowe has basically said, are you not entertained, right? Very, very famous. He's got the, are you not entertained, right? It's that scene. But the way that it's framed, I don't know what it is, but man, an extreme focus on one side or the other, it's a beautiful shot. And it's like, I was taken aback by it. I was like, man, what a heroic looking shot. Just awesome. And the ratcheting up of the drama, right? When he turns around and starts saying father to a murdered son, all that, oh my God, what a shot. And in the way that the camera moves, it's Ridley, and it makes it even more powerful. And then of course there's the scenes, toward the end when things are wrapping up, Elysium, all that kind of stuff. It's just, all of that is so powerful along with the score. It's a beautifully made movie. And yeah, I still don't know if it should have won Best Picture, but it is undoubtedly an amazing movie. Now let's talk a little bit about versions, right? Okay, so I've got the 4K version with, why? This is not it's printed on there, HDR, right? For brighter, why? Why is that? And then it goes even further. They put it on this too. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why you mar a beautiful image with, anyway. But then I also have the DVD. I'm sorry, this is the Blu-ray. The Steelbook, right? Same image. It's a little scratched up here. But again, they printed on here. Theatrical and extended cut versions on one Blu-ray disc. Why did you put that on the freaking... I don't get it. And, on the back, it's very pretty. And then you open it up and it's very plain. It's very plain. By the way, this is the exact same 2 discs. The extended version on Blu-ray. are included in here. The exact same discs. Like there's no difference between the discs. But you also get the 4K disc with both versions, the theatrical and the extended in 4K, with the two commentaries that go along with those. So there's one commentary for the theatrical version, one commentary for the extended. All of that's on here. It's nice. It's nice to have both of them, in 4K. But yeah, it's just interesting that I mean, same discs. Let's just throw the discs in there too. And then I also have, yeah, the extended edition on DVD. This is so I bought the movie a few times. In fact, I'm pretty sure I had I think it was a 2-disc DVD set, and it was the one that was before the extended edition came out. And here's the thing, man, the DVD edition is nice. When you open this up, of course, it's got all the exact same features, all the same features. It's got the, when you open that up, it's nice. And then you get this, when you open it up, it's like, ooh, it's just nice looking. And then you open it up again and ooh, right? It's a nice set. But here's the thing. This is the only version that gets any sort of paperwork. I love it. I love the imagery on here. It's great. Of course, you got Ridley there. I mean, love Ridley. But I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautifully done. It's beautifully made. And it's a shame that the Blu-rays and the 4K don't get anything nice like this. It's kind of like the studios just say, yeah, we're not doing that stuff anymore. Kind of a bummer. One other thing I do want to mention is that all of the special features, which there are a ton. I actually saw somebody on Reddit complaining about the making of featurette, or the making of documentary is longer than the movie is. And I'm like, yeah, it should be. It should be, because making a movie is hard, and there should be lots of information about how things were made. If somebody wants to do that, yeah, I will gladly watch hours and hours and hours of special features on how things are made. But anyway, what's kind of a disappointment is those were shot in 2000 with standard definition. On the Blu-ray, it's all in standard definition. Of course, which means when you move up to 4K, yeah, the movie's in 4K, but all the special features are still DVD quality, which is kind of a bummer. Now, what is kind of cool is that the digital versions of the movie are available on all the platforms. All of the extras are there. And so that's really kind of cool to have all of those special features available when you want. You don't have to change discs and all that kind of stuff. It's just one of those things that I think is kind of cool, that the digital versions for Ridley Scott films match what's on the discs. So a couple of other things I want to talk about the movie here. Of course, I've talked about the extended edition. It is 17 minutes longer. It is not a director's cut. Ridley makes it very clear that this is just, I'm guessing Universal and / DreamWorks wanted a longer version. And so he put a lot of the deleted scenes back in, but he still prefers the theatrical cut to the extended. But I still think that the extended version is, I don't know if it's better, but I like the scenes that he put in there. And of course, if you want to see those, I'll leave those in the description. Go in a link to moviecensorship.com, which shows you the differences between the versions. Anytime there's different versions of movies, right? Different cuts, that is the best resource, because they show you. It shows you everything that's different between the two cuts, or multiple cuts even. It's a fabulous resource. One of the things that irritates me about I guess the Academy Awards, and it's one of those reasons why it's kind of like, I mean, are they really important? Ridley Scott's been nominated 4 times and he's never won. That's annoying. But also his production designer, Arthur Max, seriously one of the best in the business. I don't know if there's anybody really better. He's been nominated 4 times and he's never won. What is going on? Justice for Arthur Max, please, because Arthur Max deserves it. That dude, absolutely amazing work. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see that. One of the funny things watching a lot of the special features, I didn't get to watch everything because it's a lot, okay? It's a lot on these discs. But one of the cooler things is that Ridley wanted a rhino. He wanted a rhino in in the Coliseum, and he didn't get it because it was just going to be too expensive. But guess what? Gladiator 2 supposedly has a rhino. In fact, I'm almost certain because I think it's in the trailer. So I guess we're getting a rhino in Gladiator 2. So I don't think that Gladiator is my favorite Ridley Scott movie. It's definitely, I got to be honest, it's probably behind Alien and Blade Runner. I'd have to really think about what could even go above Gladiator, because I think it may be number 3 for me, but it is a fantastic movie. And if you have not seen Gladiator, you need to see it. It's really, really well done. And if you pay attention to the world and just go, none of this is real. None of this is real. They had to make everything, and it looks amazing. It's the movie's great. The movie's great, and you should see it. And if you haven't already, and if you have seen it, watch it again because it's really, really good. So, Gladiator, what do you think? Is this one of Ridley Scott's best? Is this your favorite? This might be your favorite. This might be better than Alien or Blade Runner for you, but I'd love to talk about it. So, if you want to, hey, let's talk about it in the comment section because that's what it's for. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.